Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 out today. Got some more summoning for you guys. And this time around, we are going to be going for Estelle, but of course we have some free summons to use up, and we'll see if we get lucky here. We do get a 4-star, which is not too shabby. Now, Estelle is the current rate-up unit, right? But she is not a limited unit, which means after her banner goes away, you could add her to your Covenant wish list along with her artifact, which is a really great way of chasing imprints and, of course, extra copies of her pretty good and versatile artifact here. But let's go ahead and jump in here with some summons. I have enough bookmarks to get her with pity, but definitely don't want to go that far. Is she a unit that I want multiple copies of and get imprints for? Definitely, but I think I can spare that for the long term. I don't think I need her necessarily triple S immediately here, so we will see if we can get her pretty quick, hopefully. If not, then of course we'll make our way towards the pity, and on the way with the new revamped summon system and stuff, we should be getting some copies of artifacts too. Oh, speaking of a little friend here, got the little bird, right, with a little friend. I like how the artifacts are named after the image there, so you can see the bird is her little friend, which is so cute. It's adorable. Now, if I get extra copies of the artifact, I'll be actually ecstatic. That'd be awesome, because I want to use this artifact on multiple knights, not just on Estelle. Even though it is really good on her, I do want to use it on multiple people here. So I will be able to get another one through the powder shop if you're unable to get the artifact. I highly recommend buying one from the powder shop, right? You can summon more to potentially get a copy, but if you're low on bookmarks, definitely don't, right? Just hold off, and you can maybe wait until the end, near the end of the banner, to decide if you want to go for more copies of the artifact or whatnot. But again, Covenant summons, right? You can put this on the wish list, so you can be okay. But yeah, definitely save your bookmarks for like potential limited units and things on the horizon. With summer around the corner, new summer units will probably get released, and so just be on the lookout for that. We got another 5-star artifact, but it's not Estelle's artifact. I got a snow crystal, which I'll definitely be using, but that's a shame. Snow crystal, I think, is what I use on my assassin Cartusia, which is who's actually surprisingly good in arena offense teams, right? If you use them with Setsuka and Emma Bologna, your entire team has like 100% evasion. It's crazy stuff. Okay, let's keep on going. Come on now. 50 summons away from getting the Estelle here, which I'm not upset about, honestly. Ooh, nice. A Tagahel's Ancient Book is fantastic. Always need more of those. But would really, really like to see if maybe we get another artifact sneaking in here? No? Oh, maybe. Hang on. Ah, shoot. I thought that knight was going to be it. We got a Victorica. Okay, and what? 2 more temples? Got nothing in this batch. Oh, unless, I mean, they've been doing a lot of fake outs for me lately. Still just a 4-star, just not bad. Hilag Lance goes well with the Victorica, I guess. It's not gonna be a warrior, it's not a 5-star. You can't get off-banner 5-stars, which is really good. Alright, Kaladra's a good artifact to have as well. Alright, let's see what we got with this one. Because, I mean, if you give it to me now, I'd rather not even, right? I'd rather not even have a 5-star here, because we can just do one more pull and then get our pity. So here we go. We got Eternus. Okay, it's fine. Aureus is not bad either, but we're definitely not doing a 10 pull here. Let's go for a 1-tap. Let's see if we could potentially get her 1 summon. Actually, wait a minute. We're what? We're so close to another copy of her artifact. For now, though, I will just do a single summon. Let's see if we can get her in 1 pull. Oh my god, it's a 5-star. Oh no, it's a knight, it's Estelle. How could I have 1-tapped this? That's amazing. Alright, her voice actor is pretty good, actually. I'm excited to test her out, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and build her up and see what she is capable of in arena. Alright guys, let's go ahead and take a look at my Estelle's build here. We have to go ahead and craft some unique pieces for her, but first of all, with her skills, managed to just plus 15 her. You guys have the Molagor event going on right now with farming the perfumes, so definitely recommend getting in on that action, so you can also plus 15 a lot of your useful and most used characters as well. But Estelle here, we haven't used her yet, but she is looking quite good, if I do say so myself. With a little friend here as her artifact, we will be getting additional HP in battle, so do keep that in mind. And with this, we have a counter and immunity set that is quite stacked in terms of stats, right? We have quite a bit of HP, 29,000. Her defense is a bit middling here, would like more defense on her if possible, but I decided to spread out her stats a bit. So we have about 290 crit damage. I really want to test how good her damage is because she always guarantees crits. And I have a little bit of effect res on her, maybe a little bit too much, but still, I think 100 effect res is probably like the base that I would want to go for, just so random DPS units don't have the ability to just go ahead and stun her and control her during the middle of a match. Alright guys, let's take a look at our first match over here, going up against a weird debuffing type team. So it was better than fighting Notos and every other defense team here for a first match here for Estelle. So let's see what we have in store for us, right? My opponent is running a Briar Witch, so the revives on my team with Celine and Maid are probably not going to come into play. However, I really do want to see my damage here, and it looks like we're hitting for pretty decent amounts, right? That's not too shabby, if I do say so myself. No counters there, but that's okay. My opponent is not really rocking a direct DPS unit, which is going to be a little bit strange for me, but should still be alright because I do have a couple of cleansers here for these debuffs, and ooh, that was quite a bit of damage there. I don't like that. Let us go for a hit here onto the Briar Witch Assyria. Just get that immortality procced. I'm gonna go for a skill 3 now to cleanse. Unfortunately, my opponent had Bibulus, and Bibulus is quite a counter into Estelle. Mostly because look at the injury that's inflicted onto her, right? It is absolutely disgusting how much injury Bibulus can inflict, like immediately, right? It's not like DDR where it kind of adds up over time. It's just straight up, boom, injury. And kind of sucks, but we do have some sustain on our team, and I really do want to test out like my damage output here as well. Putting Spirit Eye Celine here is pretty good because she has the whole, can't take more than half her HP as damage shenanigans going on. Ooh, very nice. And she also benefits from having a barrier, right? Because of her passive, barriers are really good on her, so Estelle provides that. And the 40% damage share that Estelle has as well is also really nice. Now, we have 26k health, mostly thanks to Lingering Fragrance kind of counteracting my injury here. I can get 50 fighting spirit just by using the skill 3. We have injury as well, we can heal ourselves, and we penetrate defense. So I kind of do want to go for this. However, I don't know if we reduce, actually. Do we even do that? Because the skill 1 is also pretty good. Again, it's a ton of text, but basically same thing. Injury, healing, deal damage, and then doubles damage whenever you counter, basically. And when fighting spirits full, you do proc your skill 2. So I think I'll just go for a... I kind of want to soulburn my Spirit Eye Celine. I'm just going to go for a skill 1 here. Let's just go for this, yeah? Okay, cool. We're going to soulburn the Spirit Eye Celine. Going to go for the Lady of the Scales. Couldn't finish her off, it's fine. They have Lingering Fragrance after all, which is really annoying, but Summer Photogenic is allowing me to ignore their damage share, which is really good for me. I don't think I want to do anything here besides skill 1. It's going to hit the Celine, which is nice. We do get to counter, pretty good. Alright, so we should be fine here. Yep, there you go. Briar Witch going down. And let us go for stun. No stun. Okay. Go for a skill 1 here. So yeah, damage sharing is really good with these types of units like Spirit Eye Celine. Any other units that have that like kind of quote-unquote Tempest Surin effect. I don't even know if newer players know what Tempest Surin does, but Yeah, pretty decent, right? Anything that can't take more than half their HP as damage. So like the damage limit buffs that like Ruel and stuff have, super nice because instead of dying in 2 hits, normally, right, then you would take at least 3 hits to take it down. It's kind of like having Aureus. It's kind of like having Arwell on your team. It's just really nice stuff. Let us go for a skill 3 here. Let's see if we can inflict some injuries. 50-50 chance of hitting, but want to see that beautiful animation. Look at that. We do hit, and 10k damage, guys, is not bad given that we are injuried into oblivion here. So let's stack some more injuries on my opponent so they can't actually do too much damage to us. Festivita, mostly debuffer with fixed damage, right? We'll see that fixed damage come in here. 10k HP Festivita won't really be finishing anybody off. Oh, well, actually, I take that back because Estelle just said no. Alright guys, so for the second match here, we're going to be fighting against another Lady of the Scales, Perfumer and Bibulus team. You know, the tried and true, everyone is running the same thing type of situation here. Unfortunately, we won't really get to see Estelle against cleave teams because they just don't tend to exist on defense. But against these teams, I can showcase some certain interactions, like I did with the Estelle and Spirit Eye Celine, right? I think with Tori is a more meta unit at the moment, more applicable than Spirit Eye Celine, and Tori is a great unit to counter things like Lone Crest and Bellona, right? But at the same time, Tori's vulnerable to just, you know, tons of damage like this, for example, but Estelle's ability to share 40% damage makes it so Tori can pretty much tank like 3, maybe even 4 hits. And then when you combine it with the barrier, this Tori is pretty much untouchable, like pretty much invincible here, which is really cool to see. And so, yeah, right now I have my, I do have ML Politis on my team as well, and the main reason behind that is because I wanted to make sure that we don't let this Bellona use her skill 2. It's going to be a lot of injury damage, and I want to see what Estelle can do here with her raw power, right? So 31k HP Estelle, we're going to soul burn the skill 3. When she procs her skill 2, she actually gains souls, which is super nice. 10 souls, just enough for her to soul burn herself. And unfortunately, my opponent does heal here, but it's okay. It's alright. We'll let them heal. And I kind of want to reset someone, but I don't think the time is now. So let's go for a stun on Marsetti. That is really bad. Did not want that. I'm trying my best to not give this Bellona Fighting Spirit right now, so she doesn't heal after Tori attacks her. Okay, there we go. Finally, Tori gets to go. We're going to skill 3. We have a Rage buff. I believe we have a Vigor buff as well. Cascade for the free soul burns. There we go. And a hit chance buff. So let's see if we can finish off this Bellona here. Tori usually one-shots her. Oh yeah, there you go. Easy peasy, guys. And now it's pretty much just us here with, look at the, first of all, look at the injury that's being inflicted by Estelle onto this Marsetti. It is actually quite ridiculous, right, what we've got going here. I think we could probably reset the Tori. Yeah, because Estelle's kind of resetting herself, which is really good. Let's go and reset the Tori. By the way, Tori is on Summer Photogenic, which is why she's able to ignore the damage share of the Lady of the Scales and such on the other side. I'm not going to skill 3 yet because I still have all my buffs. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this Lady of the Scales. Perfume Bibulus isn't really going to do a bunch, but yeah, that was good to get rid of, though. There we go, get rid of the immortality, and so now it is just us versus this Perfume Bibulus, and I think we pretty much got it with the Tori here. Let's see if Estelle's not going to steal the show, though. No, we do miss. Okay. We have full fighting spirit, by the way, so if we do get a counter of some sort, I think will be great. Oh yeah, there we go. So now we get to, what, skill, well, it's not a skill 2, it's a skill 1, right? It's a skill 1 proc, which is really cool because you can actually be sealed with this. And that's kind of nice. So now we'll just come in with the Tori, don't need a skill 3, finish off my opponent, and look at that, guys. We were pretty much never in danger of dying, which is absolutely amazing. This unit provides so much protection for even just standard teams that are not tanking down against cleave. Oh boy, guys, are you ready for some shenanigans? Because I sure am not. This is inevitable, though, because, well, like Notos himself being inevitable, these defense teams are pretty much a dime a dozen around here, right? Notos, Bibulus, Empyrean Ilanov, Marsetti, basically forcing you to fight Notos with no speed and speed RNG is going to be available due to Harsetti, which means Notos could take a turn before everybody on your team, and you could just succumb to his powers. So I'm going to try my best to see if we can get Estelle and Monica the Sword of Syria to kind of counter together and inflict a bunch of injury, because look at the injury that's currently on this Harsetti, right? That is really, really nice, and I really want more of it. So do I push up the Estelle right now? I don't know about that. Do I heal the... Actually, do I heal the Bologna? It's been a while since I used Destina, but she is pretty decent right here. I can probably go for... she does gain combat readiness. I think what I'll do is I'll push up the Estelle, right? She doesn't have Soul Burn, unfortunately, but I can go for a skill 3 here. Let's go straight into the Notos. Alright, see if we can deal some damage. We have 30k health. You see injury is being inflicted on us. This Harsetti is on injury, unfortunately. Alright, we got a little bit on Notos, but it wasn't a whole ton. We're probably about to eat everything that Notos has in store for us. The good thing is Bibulus does nothing here with a skill 3. Literally a wasted skill, because we cannot get debuffed. Now, Notos is going to be attacking the Bologna here. Well, so is the Empyrean Ilanov, I guess, but here we go. Get some counters. Beautiful. Get some counters. Nice. Look at that injury, guys. Racking up here. We do get a barrier. Well, technically, if we weren't under Notos' domain. Yeah, just look at the injury getting stacked up there on my opponent's side. So, that's 10% injuries. What is this? This doesn't really do anything, right? Yeah, no injuries here. So we'll go for a skill 1. I'm not going to soul burn it, just going to smack down Notos for some more injury damage. And I think we are pretty good for a skill 3 here. Monica the Sword of Syria isn't going to be targeted by Notos. It's going to be my Bologna, so we do have to be careful. Destina's here for the revive in case she goes down, right? Boom, there you go. And, there we go. Very nice. Look at the injury, guys. We're basically bringing Notos back down to his original HP amount before he actually gets his, like, superhumanized effect with his God of War buff, right? And look at this, guys. Look at these counters. Look at the injury that we're dealing to my opponent's team. This is normally what your team will look like if you're fighting a Perfume Bibulus, but my opponent is the one with her, and we are dealing quite a bit of damage. Look at that. Harsetti goes down. Guys, I think Estelle with Monica the Sword of Syria is pretty dope. Look at this. We're going to jump up in combat readiness, right? Push up once again. This is kind of... Oh my gosh, I can get used to this, actually. Noto's going to come in with a skill 2. One kill. Okay, yeah, there you go. Look at the damage share, by the way. The 40% damage share from Estelle is really helping the Bologna hang in there, too. I think this is a pretty sick team comp to take into my opponents here. Now, I could heal, but I think I'd rather not, just in case he kills my Bologna here. I'm just gonna go for a skill 1 for a little bit of healing, and I'm gonna get rid of the Empyrean Ilanov. I think Notos is already, like, max injuried, so we'll just go for a skill 1 for heals. He's gonna skill 1, and look at that. Even though he hit us, right, first of all, the amount Estelle's proccing is ridiculous, but second of all, Estelle taking 40% of that damage that Bologna's eating. Look at this. Even if it hits, I kind of hope it hits so we can see how much damage is shared. It missed, but it's alright. We're dealing so much damage to Notos, guys. This is insane. I was actually kind of scared to take Estelle into Notos, but I'm actually kind of glad I did. Her artifact is making it so that she's not absorbing all the damage that she's getting through her passive. It's not like Arwell, who will evaporate under a hit like Notos is. She's actually mitigating damage pretty nicely here, and I'm all for it. Let's keep the train moving, guys. We got another match here against quite an interesting team, but the one thing in common that every unit on my opponent's side has is that they're all HP scalers, right? So I'm gonna bring in basically a full injury team. We're still gonna do the whole Estelle and Monica the Sword of Syria. We're gonna see if this allows us to keep proccing for the barriers. We don't have a healer or a cleanser or anything on the team, but we have New Kid Aiden and Lone Crescent Bologna, 2 units that deal damage based on the amount of injuries that are on your opponent. So we're just gonna get stunned and stuff. So yeah, that's... Oh boy, that's not gonna pan out really well, is it? I can go for a skill 3, but I'm kind of scared right now. I kind of don't want to. Let us go for the Bellion, I guess. Go for an attack buff here. Skill 3. Okay, oh, that's quite a bit of damage. Alright, I do want to be careful. I don't want the Yoha to get too low before we are able to get some injury onto her. She does have reflect damage, which kind of sucks, but hey, if Estelle can get a berry onto everyone, it'd be kind of nice. She also heals, by the way. Estelle heals every time she counters, which is why she's able to stay so healthy, despite all the damage share that's happening. There we go, very nice. She did actually cleanse. We took a lot of damage in one hit. So see, Estelle got rid of all her debuffs. She's gonna cleanse, she's gonna go ahead and go give everyone a barrier. Oh, I'm liking this so much right now. Okay, we can skill 3. Now the question is, do we go into Yoha? I think we do. We go for the Yoha, right? We get so much more injuries onto this unit here, and prevents her from basically one-shotting me. So there you go. Look at that. Look at all the damage there. Now, I kind of want to avoid the young Senya if possible, because I kind of want my Bellona to start proccing. My Bellona's so far back right now, it is kind of insane, though. Uh-oh, hang on, Estelle is stunned. That's not good. Oh, no, not my Estelle. Hang on. You can't do that, you can't do that. That's illegal, no! Oh, shoot, okay, well, we're about to take some damage now, aren't we? Estelle being stunned is not great here. All the fixed damage. Yeah, that damage share is definitely hurting me right now, and the ability to heal is, well, we can't do that because she is currently stunned. She can't counter. Her stun animation does look really cute, though, I do gotta say. I'm gonna throw that out there. Okay, but are we finally good? I think we might finally be good. I'm gonna go for a skill 1 here. Oh, Yoho doesn't revive. Okay, that is fine. I'll take it. Bellona finally may be able to take a turn here. We'll see. Estelle is probably gonna go down, I will say, but she kind of did her job with tanking for everybody. Here comes the hit. Yep, and I think Estelle goes down here, but thankfully it's already at the end, and we pretty much got our opponents down. Unfortunately, we did get controlled by the Ida. There's no way that you can stop getting controlled by a unit like that, though, because Ida is usually built with like 200 effectiveness, or like at least 150, right? So there's no res that you can build while maintaining damage on Estelle to avoid getting debuffed in these situations. But hey, the injury team worked out quite nicely. This is actually quite surprising. Found a unique team here on defense, which allows me to get a little bit more creative with my offensive teams, and we're gonna bring in Frieren as the damage dealer because she's so good against Genesis Raz and Bystander Hua Young. Not so good into something like a Setsuka, but we'll see how it goes. Frieren does give Estelle some fighting spirit, which is nice, although Sea Phantom Politas kind of cuts our gains in half, which is not great. As you can see, Estelle starting with quite abysmal fighting spirit here, whereas she probably could have gotten, with a single counter, enough fighting spirit to get her, not her passive, but her skill 1 proc off, right? Which would have been kind of nice to see, but here we go. Estelle is going to counter-attack here. We do get a nice heal. Very nice. And we do get to come in with the Boss Arunka, so I'm going to go straight into the Setsuka. We are using Perfumer Bibulus, and I want to use her to try and get an injury down on my opponent's Setsuka, although right now it's not going too well. It's okay, we're going to rip the skill 3. See if this takes care of Genesis Raz. If there's some counters, it's fine. We get some combat readiness to boot. Oh, it does take care of Genesis Raz. Now, Bystander Hua Young procs, it's okay. The only unit that can really die here is potentially Boss Arunka. Okay, but yeah, it hit the Frieren, so we take no damage at all. Okay, that's wonderful. I am actually not going to use Bibulus's skills here, because I'm waiting for the Setsuka's skills to kind of wear off. Ooh, look at that. Boss Arunka, by the way, getting hit by Bystander Hua Young. Not her skill 3, her skill 3 ignores damage here, but Bystander Hua Young, all of her damage is gonna be, all this damage, 40% of it is gonna be absorbed by the Estelle. It's huge, right? The mitigation that she provides. She doesn't need to be in the front line with Boss Arunka, so this is a situation where you can absorb a ton of damage. Look at this. We're just absorbing tons and tons of damage. This Boss Arunka is legitimately just never going to die, and I I don't know how to feel about that, because I don't really want to fight against that myself. But it is quite disgusting, and now you know it exists. And yeah, you could have pulled this off with something like an Arwell as well, but keep in mind that Arwell doesn't do damage, and Arwell doesn't have injury in the skill 3 like this. So, do with that information as you will. Let's go ahead and we'll just skill 3 into the Setsuka. I'm going to Soul Burn to decrease cooldowns, even though Freerin probably wants the souls. It's okay. We're always going to miss, but we always deal some good injury here. And look, he now can't ignore the res of my units. That is nice. Besides Freerin, everyone else is okay. Go for the Setsuka here. I'm kind of curious to see Setsuka fully proc, right? I want to see Setsuka fully proc and see how much damage we absorb. Although, we have injuried her down, so she's not going to deal maximum damage here, but it's fine. We'll skill 3. Provoke, Venoms, beautiful, guys. Okay, Setsuka is going to go down, and boom, counter. Quite nice. The redirect provoke is really good, too. Okay, we got the barriers. Look at that. And Estelle's barrier scaling is super strong. Look at the barrier on Boss Aruga. That's typically how much barrier she would get herself, right, with her own skill 3. And so this is a pretty hefty barrier on everyone. Essentially, like almost doubling the HP of Freerin, as you can see right here, right? The barrier takes up almost as much space as her health bar. All right, and let's go for a skill 3. I know we're blind, but we might as well just Soul Burn it for some more turn cycling. 36,000 HP Estelle here, dealing 12k damage. Pretty good. I'm really liking her, guys. Estelle is super fun, and I'm so glad she's not limited. All right, guys. We got another fun one for you guys over here, just jumping straight into it. I got an Estelle against this kind of debuffy team, right? A lot of burst damage, a lot of debuffs with the Rinnoc and with the Witch of the Mirror Tenebria. However, with the Bunny Dom on my side, we should be okay in terms of fending off against the Rinnoc here, as we can see. And I kind of think I do want to push up, because if my Salome can copy my opponent's Fairy Tail Tenebria, then we should be able to get a block debuff on everyone on the other side. If I can do that, it would be great, because then Nurse can't superhumanize, and we'll be in a wonderful position. So we'll go ahead and do this. Salome, I don't know if she's a must pull after using her for, you know, about a week now. There are certain circumstances where she is useful and she comes up, but there are quite a few others where I feel like it's a little too risky to use her. I might just need to try her out more often to see where she's good and where she's not, but as of right now, I don't think she is the must-pull that people made her out to be. I would definitely hold off if you're summoning for her. If you're interested in units like RNL, maybe wait to see if anything gets released about them in the future, right, before you decide. But anyway, we got, ooh, nice, very nice. We got a barrier coming out for anyone who's not blocked at the moment, right? And this Nurse, did she do anything? No, she hasn't. She hasn't skill 3'd yet, so we did provoke her, right? Let's go for the skill 3 here, see if we can deal some decent damage. Guys, I'm telling you, she's dealing pretty good damage, and I'm very happy about it. We're gonna go for the Nurse as well, just finish her off here. Go for the Collapse on the skill 3. It's fine if my opponent decides to, you know, keep using their Tenebria with the skill 2 and stuff. There we go, get rid of the Nurse. Rupture on everybody. Oh, Estelle is tanking quite a bit. I am a little bit scared because Bellion, if she's on 3F and she's countering like this, watch how much damage Estelle's gonna take. Boom, 10k damage, 11k damage, like right there, right? Oh, here it comes again. Boom, 13k damage. So Estelle in these AoE circumstances, definitely not gonna be great. And I know we are taking the damage from Rupture here, which is factored in, but keep in mind my opponent is currently not superhumanized. If they were, we would be in a world of trouble, right? Okay, there we go. We did at least put the Bellion to sleep. I can copy the Bellion. Do I want to? I think I'm gonna copy the Fairy Tail Tenebria once again, and if I can get a nice skill 3 off, if I can like get a stun on the Bellion, I think that would be wonderful. So we don't have to worry about debuffs and stuff. Okay, oh, there we go. Okay, she isn't a stunned or anything, but good enough, right? Good enough for us to finish her off here. At least she didn't count on that last hit. So yeah, Estelle, in these circumstances, I know she went down here in this match, but I'm telling you guys, the amount she's mitigating is insane. And she would have been dead a lot sooner too, had she not had her own artifact reducing the amount of damage share that she was taking, right? So yeah, we'll see if we can finish off this Tenebria here. But overall, my opinions on Estelle is that she is really good. I'm really enjoying using her, and I cannot wait to try her against more aggressive teams and such in things like RTA, for example, right? Because in RTA, you get to... There's a lot more cleavers out there, there's a lot more aggressive players, and I think Estelle can shine against those team comps. We'll also test her out in Guild Wars in the future as well, so do stay tuned if you want to see more Estelle content. Subscribe for more Epic 7 content, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take care.